You can start from Exodus. Because what Paul is talking about in Hebrews, he's talking about us congregating as much as possible, mainly on the Sabbath day. Because did y'all know today's a Sabbath day? You said no? That's fine if you didn't know, because there was a time we didn't know either. When do a lot of our people go to church on the Sabbath? What day? Sunday. Sunday, right? A lot of us grew up going to Sunday church, Sunday school, and all those kind of stuff, right? I'm going to ask you this. When you went to church on Sunday, did pastor ever open the Bible and prove to you you're supposed to go on Sunday? No. You know what we're going to do right now, right? We're going to open the Bible and prove to you what day you're supposed to go. That's what men of God do.
Right.
Read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So now God said, remember. Because what we said before, we've been what? Discontinued. White man Jesus never taught you about no Sabbath day on Saturday. He taught you Sunday. You understand that? Read that again.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do thy work.
So this is how you keep it holy. The first step is this. You got 6 days to labor and work your 9 to 5. Some of us got to go to work from Sunday to all the way to Friday. 6 days, right? And if you look at the calendar right now, the first day of the week is what? The first day of the week. Sunday. You look at the calendar. You can check it on your phone. You can look at the first day of the week is Sunday. And you said you got 6 days. So the 6th day would be Friday, right? Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It said the 7th day. What day of the week is today? What day of the week though? Today is the 6th? 7th day of the week. Read that part again.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It said the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. So that makes today what? The Sabbath day. So is Sunday the Sabbath day? No. Today is the Sabbath day. You understand that? So you got 6 days to work in 9 to 5, but today is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
So now I want you to look around. Is everybody keeping the Sabbath day? Because according to this, should that store be open over there? Should this store be open over here? No. So the world that believes in white man Jesus Christianity, do they even follow the Bible? Absolutely not. That's how you know it's a lie. This is the milk of the word that Peter was talking about we got to learn as newborn babes. Every last one of us had to learn this. I'm going to tell you something. When I used to keep the Sabbath at home, I never kept it right before I congregated. Because I would look at my phone and I would see sunset, 7:30, and I figured the Sabbath's done. But the sun is still out. I didn't understand it was from even to even. But when I came inside the congregation, guess what? I kept the Sabbath day right. Because the sun went down. Y'all understand that? This is the benefits from congregating. Nehemiah 10:31.
This is the book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
You see that? So now look around. The people of the land, they're bringing stuff to sell to you. They're trying to get you to sin. Y'all know what sin is? Not too sure? Let's get that real quick. I want to make sure I understand completely what he's saying right here. Because that's another thing they don't teach in the church. They don't teach what sin is. They just tell you, oh, you missed the mark. Pastor, what's the mark? Oh, just have faith. They tell you nonsense. But we're going to go through the Bible to show you what God said sin is. Read that.
This is the book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
So whosoever commits sin, you're transgressing, meaning breaking God's laws. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Sin is when you break God's laws. You understand that? So what's sin? Transgression, meaning what? Make it plain for me.
Breaking God's law.
Breaking God's laws, absolutely. Now let's go back to Nehemiah chapter 10. This is one of God's laws. Do not break for the rest of today, okay? Read.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that we would not buy of it from them on the Sabbath.
So you see that? So today, should we be buying and selling today? No. So are you going to buy and sell today? No. All praise to the Most High. That means you ain't going to be in the midst of sin. You see that? Was that hard? It's not hard, right? Go back to that. Go back to that. So there's no buying and selling, right? Go back to that Exodus, cooking. Yep. So this is another way that you keep it holy, separate from any other day, right? there's no cooking on the Sabbath day, but we're going to prove it with the Bible. I want y'all to notice something. Everything that we're bringing out to you, we're proving out of the Bible, not our own words, right? Read that.
The book of Exodus, chapter 35 and verse 3. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout your habitation on the Sabbath day.
So it said we're not supposed to kindle any fire on the Sabbath day, but why? Give me that in Exodus 16. Give me that Exodus 16 and verse 22. Why is it that God telling us, as my people, the Israelites, do not kindle fire on the Sabbath day? Read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 16 and verse 22.
Verse 23.
23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So now I'm going to paint a picture. Moses was talking about the Friday before the Sabbath, like last night, right? He said tomorrow, meaning today, is the Sabbath, the rest of the Lord. Read.
Bake that which ye will bake today.
So yesterday you did all your cooking on Friday, right? You could put some bake. What you like to eat? Baked chicken. Okay. What you like to eat, sis? Spaghetti. Okay. What you like to eat, Robert? You said what? Oh, Robert, we're going to have to touch on that, Robert. Can't eat no ham, Robert. Can't eat no ham. But the chicken?
That stuff is good, though.
But check it out, sis. Guess what? That's a sin. We're going to prove it to you in a second. Read that first.
Verse 23. And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake today, and seethe that ye will seethe.
Seethe means boil. So you could boil some soup. You could bake some cornbread. You could bake some chicken. All you want on Friday, right? Read.
And seethe that ye will seethe, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
That's called leftovers. So he said lay that up. You know why? Because you don't cook on the Sabbath day. You understand that? Now let's get that real quick in Leviticus. What can I cook the day before? What am I supposed to eat? What does God want me to put into my body that he gave to me? Because understand something, Robert. You see this body that God gave you? He only lent it to you for a time. You understand that, Robert? And when we don't treat our bodies correctly, what happens to us? We get destroyed and we perish. Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
The swine. That's where we get ham from, right? You get bacon, all them kind of stuff from, right? Read.
Though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
What does God say?
He is unclean to you.
I'm going to show you something. You know why a lot of brothers and sisters in the South like the swine? That was slave food.
Right.
That was food they used to give us on the plantation. Because guess what? The white man that didn't teach you correctly, he didn't feed you correctly either.
That's right.
He gave you food to defile your temple. Hold on real quick. Give me 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians. I'm going to show you something what he did. And he understood as long as you defile your temple, God ain't going to deal with you.
That's right.
They understand that.
Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
They understand that thing. That's why they push that on our people so much. You got Piggly Wigglies down here, right? Everywhere you go, swine is one of the cheapest meat to get, is it not? And a lot of our people go get it. They go get a big old pig, right? They go roast and put an apple in his mouth, right? They do all those things, but guess what? That was passed down from the plantation days.
That's right.
Read that.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
That's what I was trying to tell Robert. You the temple of God. God made your body. Read.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you.
Read.
If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
Him, God's going to do what?
Him shall God destroy.
This is why a lot of our people got high blood pressure, got gout, got kidney failure, all kind of crazy diseases because we're not eating the proper food. You understand that, Robert?
Right.
Go back to Leviticus 11 and 7 again.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud.
Now, when it says chew it not the cud, clean animals like a cow. He chews the cud. He has multiple chambers in his stomach. He chews grass, right? He spits it back up. He chews it again. He purifies the food he eats. The swine don't do that. Pigs don't even sweat. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Pigs don't even sweat. Where do you think all that waste is going in? Going right inside his body. God made the pig to clean the earth.
That's right.
He's a garbage disposal.
That's right.
Shrimp, crab, pork, lobster, all that stuff is to clean the sea, to clean the earth. Keep on reading.
And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
He's unclean unto you, you Israelites. Read.
Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch.
You see that? God said you're not supposed to eat it. You understand that, Robert? No more ham after today, Robert. You understand? God gonna destroy that body. You understand, Robert? But you can eat the chicken. That's fine, Robert. You can eat fish as long as it got fins and scales. You understand that? You can eat lamb, all those kind of stuff. There's a lot of food that people can eat. Stay away from the swine. Stay away from the shellfish. Get that real quick. Read on down on that.
Of their flesh ye shall not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales.
So now, the seafood that you can eat in the water is the fish. It got to have a fin, and it got to have scales. I don't know if you ever cleaned fish before. You got to scrape it back, right? So things like catfish. You ever ate catfish before? That ain't got fins and scales.
That's right.
Can't eat those no more. It got to have fins, and it got to have scales. Read it one more time.
Verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
Whatsoever got fins and scales. So guess what? Shrimp.
Right.
It got fins and scales? Can't eat that. Crab. It got fins and scales? Nah. Shark. Got fins and scales? Lobster. Can't eat those things because God said those things are abomination unto you.
That's right.
Those things are set up for their purpose to go clean the sea. That's what they eat. They eat filth out of the ocean. That's for their purpose. Like the pig, he cleans up the ground. He eats the garbage that's left around on the ground.
That's right.
And then we go put that stuff in our body that God gave us. That's why I said God said he going to destroy you. A lot of our people right now in 2 more weeks, right? They're going to eat a lot of those unclean foods celebrating what? Celebrating holidays. What holiday in particular coming up?
Bring it out.
New Year's. What comes up before New Year's? Christmas, right? Do you think Christmas is in the Bible? No. Do you think we're supposed to celebrate Christmas? Where do you think we learn Christmas from? From who? From the white man. Because they say Christ is the reason for the season, right? But they tell you Christ born December 25th, right? They tell you put a tree in your house, right? So now we're going to read something out the Bible that the prophet Jeremiah, this is during Babylonian captivity, because everything going on right now, they did it at the time of Babylon. There's nothing new under the sun. And listen to what the prophet Jeremiah said. Read that real quick.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
Who's God speaking to?
O house of Israel.
He's speaking to my brothers and sisters right here. Robert, right? Robert, what's your name again? I'm sorry. Joshua, Avant, right? Aviance. He's speaking to y'all right now as the Israelites, his children. Read.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, do not learn the way of the heathen, meaning what? Stop learning the Christmas. Stop learning the New Year's. How is it New Year's in the middle of winter? How is that something new? There's nothing but death in the winter. How is it? And he said, learn not the way of the heathen, eating the unclean food.
That's right.
Following their holidays. Following the Thanksgiving. Even Thanksgiving. Imagine that. That's a feast to celebrate the destruction of your people, the so-called Native Americans. That's the tribe of Gad and Reuben that you from. Read that verse again.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, don't learn their ways. Read.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen dismayed at them. The heathen look up in the stars and skies and they do astrology, right? Read.
For the customs of the people are vain.
Now he said the customs of those people is vain, meaning what? It's a lie. What have they not lied to us about? They lied about your nationality, right? They lied about conquering us, right? They lied about the holidays. They lied about all those things. How you doing, my sister? What's your name, sis? Suzette? This Aviance, this Robert, and this Joshua. That's your cousin? All praise to the Most High. You know what we're going over right now, sis? We're going over the days that we should celebrate and the days we shouldn't. Because we got so-called Christmas coming up, right? And they tell you Christ is the reason for the season, right? But now we're going to read in the Bible that is a pagan custom that's been going on long before Christ was even born. Read that verse again.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain.
God said the customs that these people keep, they're vain, meaning they're a lie. Read.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Wait a second. It says one of the customs they keep, they cut a tree out the forest. Nowadays, I know in North Carolina, I see they got the little tree farms. Are they not cutting down what they call Christmas trees and selling it to brothers and sisters? That's what they're doing, right? Read that part again.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
And they taking the axe cutting them trees down, right? Read.
They deck it with silver and gold.
Wait a second. When they take that tree back to their house, what are they decorating with in 2 weeks? With what? Silver and gold, right? Silver and gold they put on the tree, right? Read.
They deck it with silver and gold. They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
The same thing we're doing today. They take it to the house and they set it up on a platform so it don't tip over. We're reading about the customs of what? Christmas, from the time of Jeremiah. But what did God say? Read verse 2 again.
Verse 2, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Did God say to follow those ways? What did he say? He said, learn not. Learn not. You see that, Sister Susanna? He said, learn not. So should we be keeping Christmas? Sister, she on too short. What you think? Because he said, learn not. You believe in the Bible, sis? So if God says, don't do something, should you do it? If God said, don't do it, should you do it? You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. Because when you do it, you know what that is, sis? That's sin. That's sin.
We used to scream Black Power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.